Hi there and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share some of the winter wardrobe purchases that I made, and for me how I see these as being really versatile pieces. So I'm planning on giving you a bit of outfit inspiration and talking through how each of these different types of items is going to transition me through to spring, but also it's going to be something that I can pull out again next autumn as well. And hopefully this will give you some outfit ideas that you can put together with items from your own closet. So I want to start out with a cheap and cheerful purchase. These are a pair of trousers that I bought from H&M of all places, and I have to say if you really keep an eye out you can get some very good buys from there, which are well made and will last a long time. And I say this a lot, but you can purchase quality at every price. It's just about having a really keen eye about all the details, making sure that the seams are sewn straight, that there are no loose threads, that the buttons are fastened on really well. But yeah, these straight leg trousers from H&M I have in 3 colours. I have them in both the fixed waistband version and the ones which have the elasticated waistband, which are very comfortable. Now I like these because I see them as being a bit of a year-round staple in your closet. I can wear them in the summertime with a little tank and some slides if it's a day that it's not too hot here in Sydney. If you live somewhere where it's a milder climate, then a pair of trousers may already be one of your summer wardrobe essentials. But then equally in the wintertime, I can layer up a pair of heat tech leggings or just leggings in general underneath if it is incredibly cold, and wear a nice bulky knit sweater on the top. So I love how something as simple as this is really able to be worn year round. It's kind of like your basic tee, right? But this is the bottoms version of it. And I found that these fit true to size. So I have the European 36 or the UK 8. And they don't feel too tight around the waist. I did have to get mine taken up, and this is again something I talk about a lot, but if you really want something to fit you perfectly, you should consider getting it tailored. It makes a world of difference and it will make that item look more expensive. And these particular trousers, they are machine washable. I've thrown them in the wash many times and they come out looking incredible. I wear them at least once or twice a week, so they have been probably one of my favorite autumn winter purchases. Let's throw in an accessory next, the chunky shoe. So I've got 2 different styles here. I've got the chunky boot and then I also have the chunky loafer. These have been a real MVP for me over the last few months. So first of all, we've got the Port and Pear boots with the chunky sole that has a really nice tread to it. These are great because I know that I'm not going to slip wearing them. Now, one of the things I personally looked out for in a shoe like this was a shaft that was quite slim. Because the shoe is so chunky already and you can kind of see they're quite wide across the foot, I wanted to see a little bit of balance in the shoe up the ankle, because I think that that's a lot more flattering and it actually makes them a bit more easy to style. In terms of wearing them in spring, I'd probably just pair them with a little mini dress or a skirt and a knit or something like that if it's a little bit cool. Then the other chunky shoe I have are these loafers. These ones I did actually partly purchase with a voucher and then I paid the difference myself, but I still wanted to mention them because since I've added them to my wardrobe, I have literally tried to put these on every single day. They go with everything that I'm wearing because I tend to wear a lot of slimmer silhouettes, and I find that this chunkier shoe, it does create balance, especially if I'm wearing a trouser that is cropped, because then proportionally it creates a lot of balance around the ankle area. But again, this is a really good option for year round, especially if you live in a slightly milder or cooler climate. And for me, I was really drawn to the chain detail across the vamp on these. I just thought it was really different and it made these feel like a bit more of a bolder choice. And they're so much fun to wear. A really great alternative if you have been loving the Gucci loafers, but they just feel a little bit too slim on the foot for you. Okay, then we have the blazer, which I'm wearing one of my favorites right now. This one is from Everlane, and I do have this in more than one fabrication because I just think it's such a good staple. But I have 2 others here which I purchased for winter. So the first one I've got is from Arket, and this one I bought as part of their sale. I'd had my eye on it for ages, and then when I saw it was marked down, I figured that was finally my opportunity to purchase it. And this is definitely where my 30-day shopping rule is very handy, because it means quite often I tend to save, and using something like Karma, which does alert you when there are sales, is also a great way to know when an item on your wish list has been marked down. I was drawn to this because it's a single button closure, but it actually has sort of a double-breasted style to it because it kind of crosses the body, which I thought was a little bit different for a silhouette like this. It is more of an oversized fit, which I'm really leaning into at the moment, and I love that with a style like this you can really layer up underneath. I believe this one was a wool viscose mix, but I can't actually find the composition tag on it, so unfortunately I won't be able to tell you for sure, but I will link it down below in addition to any alternatives. But I feel like something like this, again, really easy transition through to spring, paired with shorts, even with jeans and a little tank or something as sort of your third piece to keep you warm if it is a slightly cooler day. Then the other one that I purchased is from Tibi, and you'll probably notice I've been on a little bit of a Tibi rampage recently. I absolutely adore the brand, and I'd shopped from there years ago and it's sort of just fallen off my radar. But I really love Amy Smilovic's point of view when it comes to fashion, and she really breaks down style in a very easy to grasp way. I'm gonna link her Instagram profile in the description box because I think that there are really interesting takeaways from her stories that she shares, which are applicable regardless of whether you consider yourself a creative pragmatist. So this one here I was drawn to because it is different. It has this inside out detailing, so you can kind of see, actually, this is a partially lined blazer and it has this partial lining here at the top, and you can see that you have that sort of vented detail on this blazer too, then also with the seam detail here on the sides. I just think that made it really interesting to me, and also you have the visible seam down the back. It's a really beautiful woven texture, and it's definitely a heavier piece, but again something that I would probably just wear with some shorts and a tank, or maybe even thrown over a little dress or a slip dress. Really great for the evening too, because it is a slightly thicker, heavier fabrication. I do think when you have a fabrication like this, which is more woven and really heavily textured, that you would typically wear in the autumn winter months, it can be really fun to wear in the spring to juxtapose your outfits. We have another accessory which I think can really elevate your style, and that is a belt. I've added a few belts to my wardrobe for winter because there were a couple that I felt like I was missing. One was a waist belt that properly fit me. I had one that was a little bit too big, and I really wanted to get one which fit me both as a hip belt and waist belt. So the one I'm wearing from Anderson's was my first purchase, and I love the textured leather on it, but I wanted an option that was a smooth leather, so I ended up going with this one here from Cezanne, which has slightly more of a lighter gold finish on the hardware, which I liked, and this one does feel a little bit more Western inspired. And then the piece de resistance for me has been this Alexander McQueen belt, which I actually purchased ahead of one of my partnerships with Satire, and I was so thrilled when I found this on there because it was heavily discounted. This belt retails for about $1,400 and I got it for maybe around the $800 mark if memory serves me, but it's a double buckle belt, and the belts are actually attached. I've had my eye on this belt for close to 2 years, and I was going to purchase the Jill Sander for Uniqlo version, but it sold out immediately, and even on the resale market I couldn't find it. So I really like this because it is so wide and chunky and it makes a statement, and this is really the hero focal piece when you're wearing it. So this is the kind of thing that I would wear over a little mini dress, a slip dress, even something that's a little bit longer to cinch in the waist. I would wear this over a blazer. I've worn it over my coat to kind of belt it and almost make it feel like it's a dress, but just an absolute star piece, and something I'm so thrilled to finally have been able to add to my wardrobe. I think great accessories can be a real game changer in terms of your style, and really just adding 1 or 2 key items like that, like this and a chunky loafer, that is enough to freshen up your wardrobe, especially if you have more of a capsule. The final purchase that I wanted to share in this video is a trench coat. Now, I had been on the hunt for more of an oversized trench coat. I do have a couple which are a bit more of a slim silhouette, but I wanted something that leaned a little bit more casual and felt a bit more androgynous, maybe could even be a unisex style. and I saw this one from Max Mara and I was ultimately just drawn to it straight away. I loved the color, which is a bit of a mousy brown, very, very easy to pair, and I don't really have anything like this in my closet, so it felt different to what I already had. And I really love this little detail at the back where there's this silver hardware, and essentially what this does is it stops the belt from slipping through the loops, which I think is incredibly clever. You probably don't need me to tell you that a trench is a great option to have, probably I would say around 9 months of the year, depending on where you live. I know it probably seems like an odd choice for a winter wardrobe, but here in Sydney, our winters are incredibly mild. So most days are around the 18-degree mark and sunny. So you could go outside and you might just want to be wearing a t-shirt. That's how warm it is, especially if you're sitting in the sun. So for me, this is a good option because this with a knit underneath is kind of the perfect weight to wear. And in terms of wearing it for spring, I'm going to wear it with skirt, something that's really nice and flowy, and my little two-tone pumps, I think. But just such a beautiful purchase, and while I know a trench coat's not going to be for everybody, for me this is a huge part of my own personal style, and I'm really loving the more oversized silhouette. So there you have it. Those are 5 versatile additions that I've made to my winter wardrobe. I hope that you enjoyed this video and getting a little bit of a peek at things that I've purchased over the past few months. I'm sure you've seen my other new purchases over on my Instagram and my weekend outfits and just general styling, but I think the thing I really want to highlight is that you don't need to buy new things in order to have great style, and many of these things I'm sure you already have in your own closet. But I will link everything that I shared in the description box below, along with everything I wore in the cutaways. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, for spending some of your day with me, and I will see you very soon with another video. See ya. Bye.